Hi everybody. I had a little bit of interest about that street running in Princeton, so I'm going to show you the Sanborn maps from Princeton, Indiana for 1914. So first of all, the whole town is not covered by it. Here is the, I don't have my fancy pointer. I do now. This is the street running for the Southern Railway right here. Each one of these different colors is a different map, and I'm going to show those to you, which sort of shows some details. Here's the diamond where it crossed the passenger line. The Southern Railway crossed the Chicago and Eastern Illinois and joined back in with the other Southern line, which was come down through here. You can see probably here it says Chicago and Eastern Illinois, and this is Southern Railroad. So it's just like it is now. CSX on one side, Norfolk Southern on the other. If I scroll down, you can see that there used to be a traction line come into Princeton. I had no idea, and it crossed the tracks. And it actually had a freight house. I'm going to go see tomorrow if that freight house is still there, but I don't think so. This is the diamond where I park currently, watch trains. And you see this blue here says Southern Railway Shops. So I'll show you the map of that in 1914. But if you're going to navigate this, there's actually 27 different maps. So I'm going to click on this drop down up here, and I'm going to go to map 4. Go. And that's going to show me map 4. Now map 4 is sort of laid out weird. That's what really threw me for a while. It's got to be rotated. So I need to rotate map 4 around. And now I'll blow it up a little bit for you. So this is that Southern street running that we're talking about. It's the west end of it. And Paul made a comment, well, some places, the one line that he knew of had the street running line that served the passenger station actually had industries off of it. Well, so did this, which I had no idea until I did this. So there's some grain elevators on this. So this is it says Welburn Grain Company elevator built in 1900, right here, right in here. If I scroll over, this is the Zenith Mill and Elevator here in Corn Crib. And this is the Princeton Canning Company. It says closed at the present time, but it had a spur. So this is on the north side of Princeton, sort of like close to where the coal loop is. Basically, it's south of the fairgrounds a little bit. So if I go to the map 5, which is the next one east, go. They're laid out more north and south. So here's the street running right here. I'll blow it up a little bit. And what was called Chestnut Street back then is now called Brumfeld Avenue. I don't know why they changed the name of it, but they did at one point. I don't know if it was named after, a war hero or something, but it's Brumfeld Avenue. So not a lot to see on this one. Let's go to number 6. Go. Scroll down. There's Chestnut Street. We'll blow it up a little bit so you can see it. And here is the passenger depot that was on the corner of Hart Street and Chestnut Street. Has a little spur. This is a wholesale grocery warehouse. I don't know what this little spur did, but here's the freight house with the platform. Of course, none of that stuff is there now. So let's go to the number 7. So before I go to 7, I just noticed, here's the passenger depot. There's a Hanneberger Ice and Cold Storage Company with a spur on the next block over. I don't think that building is there anymore either, but I'm sure going to check it out tomorrow. And we have to go scroll down Chestnut Street, and we're going to blow it up a little bit. and there's really nothing on number 7 of note. So what I did was I lined up all these streets on here, and I put them all. I originally was going to do this in Excel, but I thought, well, it'd be just as easy just to navigate through the this. So, and then here's Chestnut Street down here at the bottom. This is the last one that really shows anything, and this is the street running, and there's no industries on there. But they did have a few industries that they served with, you know, on the street running track. So tomorrow after work, one of my missions is going to be to go downtown. Here's the courthouse. This is the traction line. It came up West Street, and there's a freight house here, and you know, these buildings are all still there facing Hart Street. I don't know about this area right here, but I'm going to go scope it out and see if there's anything left, if there actually is a freight house there for that traction line. And again, once the traction line left here, it went north and it crossed the southern passenger line. So it crossed both lines when it came into town, the southern and the Chicago and Eastern Illinois, and then it crossed the southern line again, the other line going north of town. So we'll see what's anything is left of that tomorrow. So here's the southern shops, and again, this is 1914 is the date. Here's the roundhouse. I showed the remains of that yesterday on the satellite view from Google. These buildings, the machine shop, the erecting shop, are still there. I think this building, the wood shop, is still there. This car shed is no longer there. This print shop is not there anymore. But these are still standing and being used. And it says transfer table. That is not there anymore. It says, you know, so they actually had a transfer table there at one time. But it's a pretty big operation in 1914. And finally, to close it out, even though this has nothing to do with Princeton, Indiana, this is the Sanborn Fire Insurance Map, 1890, London, Ohio. And this was my great-great-grandfather's mill, grist mill. And it actually gives, you know, the dimensions of some of this. So someday I may actually build a model of this mill. I don't know if I will or not. It won't fit into a layout anywhere, but there's someday I may actually build this mill, because it does, you know, I can figure out the scale pretty close. So hope everybody enjoyed this short video. It's a lot of talking, no trains. Didn't see any trains tonight, and didn't really look very long. But I'll be back out there tomorrow if the weather's good. So everybody stay safe.